Good morning, everybody. Using a different platform this morning. I've got some tech issue there, but we'll get that fixed. So, seems like Nvidia's big day turned out to be a big bust. Not much going on with that. Big whip around, but so let's take a look across these markets, see what's going on, and up and away. Looks like should continue. Just peeking through here. Let me get the pointer. Yeah. So continuation pattern, new all-time highs, higher. This we got a bear sandwich, I think. Yeah, Dan, you come up with that thing. So a nice reversal pattern there. Looks higher if it got to get going there. That's what it signals. So tech is the one that's potentially an issue if that's going to happen. Right? This potential topping pattern, if that's going to play out, yet to be seen. And so communications, nice reversal day yesterday. Energy's at the top of the range, so be careful there. Bottom and top. Financials look good, new all-time highs. Backed off a little yesterday, looks good. This one, just it's always too whippy. I mean, nothing looks bad. I mean, Staples got killed, but market goes up. It's just little interest there. And there was one stock that got decimated and that we looked at it yesterday. But so far holding this major support. Healthcare, watching this, I mean, nice strong move, took out these highs. Now let's see if this follows through. So here we've got, let's remove all this. We've got, it would meet the definition of a bearish 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, and then the correction bar. But the depth of this retracement suggests that, that may not be the best, trade. So you want to combine that kind of a pattern that's in a downtrend. Well, this is broken out above here. So I'm looking at this more of, where might this stabilize or continue to go sideways here for a long, and surprised this hasn't moved up more yet. I mean, a lot of the REITs inside this have looked pretty good, but anticipation of that Fed cut, if it's coming, right, we'll see. And utilities kind of just hanging there for the moment. What else we got here? Qs, same head and shoulders type of a top there, but that looks like it's going to go higher. I think most these are all unchanged. We'll take a look at the overnight here. So again, tech, semiconductors, internet, is it going to break out? Software already broke down. And we looked at this yesterday and the day before as to whether this can get turned around. So this has come back, looks good. Home builders look good. Construction looks good. It's overall a lot more positive than negative. Russell obviously looks good. I think it's gapping up. We'll take a look. Transports, we'd like to see them start to kick it in, and regional banks doing good. Biotech. So overall, everything looking pretty decent. Good morning, Valley. Brokers can kick it in if it's going to happen. Sudden alert above there. We already looked at this one. This is United for the most part, and some of the others. And yeah, Bitcoin, is this a heads up that something under the hood is not going so well? But that broke down. And gold miners still doing good. Gold had this little buy set up there. It's kind of inching its way up. Last I saw, the futures were up, so that's probably gapping up. If I have these set for overnight trading. No. Hey, look, retailing looking good. Pharmaceuticals, everything looking pretty good. And our bangs, Apple, that's a buy above the highs, right? That looks good. So, oh, that's a weekly chart. Let's go back to daily here. So here you had the correction bar. Right? So that's looking good. Consolidating. Meta, nothing much to do there. And yeah, just looking at these. Oh, Nvidia. Take a look at the other chart. And so some of these not looking so great. And internals, you can see breath is still neutral, doing nothing. Get the SPX here. Well, I'm all messed up here. I can't scroll this thing over. Anyway. So spiders, you can see where they are. This is the overnight data, little gray area, up a little bit. So kind of this morning, we were anticipating that was going to be kind of a big deal with this Nvidia, and it's turned out to be a big nothing. It's come back off of the gap down. Not a pattern that suggests doing anything, but we'll see what it does as it fills the gap. And it's SPX. I checked that out before I came on here. There's the extremes, and I would think neither one of those will be touched today. At least it's on support, and that's above a whole number. We can take a second look at that. There was some ridiculous bets for today. So these are expiring, right? Zero DTE. And so what was it? You can see there's bets there. If I go and look at top volume, well, that's in the money. Anyway, so there you have it. Short for me today, Dan. I was trying to mess with this thing to get e-signal up and running for a half hour, but it ain't happening on this system.
Good morning.
And stepped away, folks.
No, I'm here. You hear me?
Uh,
You hear me? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't answer. All right, let's see what we got. I deleted a bunch of earnings already, so if I don't get to yours, just ask. I was saying in the green room yesterday, because I'm a contrarian, that I thought Nvidia would be down on earnings. And it was, it's on its way back. But I also made an interesting comment to say that I said, I don't know. I have no friggin' idea. But I said, just as a contrarian, I think down, it's so valued. Everybody's on one, because, when a stock is loved by everybody in the world, it's like, I think you're getting close to, to a top, but you obviously can't say that in isolation without looking at the charts. But this thing ran from 80 to 181. Um, but then I said yesterday also, what would be interesting is uh, assuming we had a gap down, a bigger one than this, of course. Let's say it did open at 178. I would want to see how quickly it got filled. That would be more telling to me than the gap down itself. But chart wise, looks like could be a 1 DTE fall spread, 30-minute low. There's still juice in these earnings things. So, like for the first hour, Raul here, YouTube asking about Pixel. It's at this prior high, but yeah, it's a bear sandwich and gone sideways enough at resistance. So we have a lot of similar bullish patterns like this, 1, 2, 3, 4s, etc. Now look at MDY. See, MDY I like better because it's cleared this resistance. And you got your 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Greg, you didn't answer me about those possible ETFs. I like this MDY, IWM. Yeah, and that big old move, and you got 2 inside days and another closing breakout. So they look great to me. I'm an MDY myself. Nilly for roll. Yeah, yeah. The reason I like this one a lot, even better than that Hexel roll. Again, closing breakout, 1, 2, 3, 4. And yesterday was a small little topping tail red bar, but it's holding the upper 80% of the WRB. So the entry is the high. And then there'll be a small little red bar ignored. So I'm just gonna set an alarm at 2110. I mostly set my alarms, early and late based on the 15-minute chart. So look, if it barrels through all that 15-minute resistance, then that'll give me time to get ready and post an official trade. So yeah, I like that one. Correct, Raul. It's a closing breakout instead of consolidating at resistance. Uh, Other alarms here. Silver alarm went off. I was watching this one for a while. We got our pullback. So I like it. Daily, weekly, monthly. So you can start nibbling over yesterday's high. Looks like it's gapping over yesterday's high. So I'll be watching a little pullback. And Steve, I'm showing my charts. And TXT, I like this one over all these highs, has a big void, it's been going sideways. I like Amazon. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 after a buy setup. So I posted that as a put spread, but I like it as a directional also. Shouldn't. Alex mentioned yesterday over the high, I like. Looks good. Nice void. This is a picture perfect definition of void. This momentum move down, there's very little resistance to go back up. So I think 110 that's the first target. And the 200 moves slower, but we'll see where that is in a couple days if this thing rallies. CFLT, I think this is old. Yeah, I bought this with Thomas yesterday. Thomas, remember we got it at 18.70 right there. And so I think it can go to 20. So my up alarm went off. Ava, we bought yesterday, another bottoming pattern. You see how there's so many different patterns and we trade them all. I mean, the stronger ones are like that MDY, 1, 2, 3 closing breakout above all the MAs, bullish weekly monthly. So this is a bottoming pattern, but with a void. So we bought that one also yesterday. TXPM. We're in this one. Looks like, look, my up alarm went off. Let me reset it. Uh, Reset it 8:55. Low alarm 8:25. RSI. We're up. All right. So we're in this also, but that looks like a bad print. Okay, so that's when my alarm went off. So new alarms 22:30. Okay, actually my alarm did not go off. All right, so then those are all my alarms. And boom, boom, boom. Let's go to earnings now. We have a ton of open longs. We don't have a single short. All right, Mr. Snowden. I was so tempted to sell the 160 puts yesterday. And that's a nice gap, but nothing to do now. I did 4 different earnings trades myself. Yeah, but yeah, we'll get to all of them, of course. Crowd 407. That's a bearish gap. That could be a 30-minute low and a call spread for tomorrow. Mr. Bill. I actually said yesterday, if this gap's up, it could be the start of a bottoming pattern. Um, but I think I also said if it gaps down, it's bearish daily, weekly, monthly, but now it's rocking, no pattern. Urban Cowboy. This is one I did a condor, really far out of the money. So that's, I mean, I'm going to have a beautiful profit at the open. Now, had you done Nvidia condor, that also would have been, because when you sell options or spreads or condors into earnings, you're hoping for the smallest gap possible. What if you have a condor? You don't care if it gaps in your favor. If you have a color put spread. So I'll watch this at the open. I have the 65s. So if I got $11 a cushion. That one's going to work. The video talked about Hewlett Packard. I did a put spread on this. I did the 25s. So I'm going to go ahead and put an order out to close it at 2 pennies on this rally here. HPQ. Actually, I had an order out already for 5 cents when I saw it gapping down, but now that it's gapping up, I'm going to change it to 2 pennies. All right, done. NTNX, $64. That's an ugly gap, no pattern. I don't know what to do with that, but the bias is short of bounce. This one is a very bullish gap. It's a you know. So would we call this an igniting gap? I mean, it is igniting from consolidation, yes, but I would not call it a pro gap just for one reason, and that's because it rallied from the bottom to the top. You see, that's the difference. But it's bullish as can be gap. But it's up $9, 30-minute low. I'll consider a 1 DTE call spread, but that's a buy on a pullback. A coup. That's a big old nasty gap. Let's consider that 30-minute high. Put spread. T-com, $70, bullish, but gap's too big. But say that's trip.com. So we should be looking at the cousins. So Expedia is the first one that comes to mind, and that's a bullish pattern. This is so weird. Look at that big old gap, red bar, negated, almost looks like a bad print, but it recovered. So that's a small little 1, 2, 3, 4, and small little bull flag within that WRB. So I'm gonna put that on my list. Looks great. But you see how I just found that? I didn't look at it earlier today. I just noticed that was trip.com, and I'm like, oh, let's see what Expedia is doing. NTAP. Alex and I sold the $100 puts way down here. And so it's gapping against us. But we have 2 full days to manage it. Ideally, it just rallies up here a little more, maybe 107, 108, and then I will be looking to kill mine, either break even or a small gain. 5. Let's see, that's an igniting gap breakout. That's an igniting gap breakout because it's from consolidation close to the 20. So does that mean I'm going to buy it at the open? What do you all think, Steve? Should we buy this igniting gap breakout? Or let me put it a different way. Are all igniting gap breakouts buyable? And if not, why? Correct. It could be excessive. No void. No good reward to risk. So this, is this gap excessive? No, $5 on $144 stock. So I'll be watching it. I have silver on my other charts. Let me put 5 right here. A alpha, it looks like it might be gapping at 120. It's sloppy as can be trading range, but maybe a 30-minute high put spread. BMA, look at that volume on this. This is a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 breakdown right here. And look at that volume on the sell-off. So I'm not messing with that. Gapping at $38. Look, Philbro Animal Health. Never heard of this thing. The gap's too big. Pattern, Jeff. And these were pre-market. Look, somebody was dumping this thing before earnings. It's opening almost flat, but daily, weekly, monthly on this little EV stuff was horrible. Yeah, I saw this up a lot more pre-market. I wonder if they're having a conference call or something, because that's an ugly retracement. So we need more data. Now, this would have been a great breakout trade if it were gapping at like 230, for example. Top of the range, top of these 2 tails. Then I would say you could buy a 5-minute high. But gapping down, so now it's a call spread. Isn't trading fun when you know what you're doing? If it does this, that's my bias, and it's now doing this. So now we go to our call spread checklist. Burl, that's an igniting gap.